Please watch to the end. Comment and respond to other people's comments.
Now, though, breaking overnight, police arrest the man suspected of shooting and killing a 3-year-old boy in a road rage incident Saturday night in Arkansas. The mayor of Little Rock now says a family member turned Gary Holmes in late last night. Holmes is now charged with that little boy's murder. Officers say he opened fire on the car that the little boy was in after his grandmother was stopped at a stop sign and wasn't moving fast enough. That little boy was in the back seat. The grandmother then drove away. She called police from a shopping center, and sadly, that little boy was taken to a hospital where he died.
Today, the man accused of the child's shooting death on trial as a family waits for justice.
That spirit is gone, and I can only let his memories live inside of me.
Day one in the trial for the man accused of killing 3-year-old Acen King, now in the books. Testimony continues tomorrow morning. Fox 16's Tyler Thomason in studio to recap the events from day one.
The jury heard from all 8 witnesses during day one of the Gary Holmes trial on Tuesday. They also heard audio from the interview between Holmes and a Little Rock police detective moments after Holmes turned himself in on a murder charge. One of the most compelling moments might have been when Holmes can be heard crying during that audio. The emotion came as Holmes talked about learning that 3-year-old Acen King had died after the gunfire, saying it, quote, hurt his heart. The jury was also shown autopsy photos of Acen King, a moment that led to several of King's family members leaving the courtroom. Both the state and the defense rested their respective cases on Tuesday afternoon. The defense did not call any witnesses, and the trial is expected to pick back up on Wednesday morning with closing arguments followed by jury deliberations. A verdict could come as early as Wednesday afternoon. Gary Holmes leaves a Pulaski County courtroom Wednesday after a jury found him guilty of murder in connection to the 2016 road rage shooting that killed 3-year-old Acen King.
It was a tough case. The facts of this case were difficult.
The jury spent nearly half an hour deliberating its verdict and spent nearly an hour deliberating a sentence. Holmes was ultimately sentenced to 45 years in prison for murder and another 5 years for a related gun charge. The 34-year-old will spend 50 years in prison, and due to his previous violent crime convictions, he will not be eligible for parole.
You know, you have to take the wins with the losses. Mr. Holmes apologized to the victim's family. It's just a terrible, tragic incident. You know, it's just one we'll have to live with.
During the sentencing phase of the trial, Acen King's mother read a note to Holmes saying she forgives him. Acen's grandmother, who was driving the car the night of the shooting, testified that part of her is gone since losing Acen. Holmes's mother testified she did not believe her son was in the right state of mind at the time of the shooting. Moments after the sentence was handed down, Acen's grandmother and Holmes's mother embraced right outside the courtroom, signifying the end of an emotional 2 years.